Welcome to gyrokinesis class, Decompression of the Low Back. This class is suitable for everybody. This class is for people who just have an issue with low back and wants to make it feel better. This class is a very low impact. It doesn't require you to go down on the floor. It's also a very good class for those people who had exercised very hard all week and want just to relax and to massage the low back. Uh, all you need for this class is a chair, and some of you will need a yoga strap or the scarf. It's not required, it's optional. You will see if you need it during the class. So the movements in this class are going to be very simple, but maybe new for you. Don't worry. These movements will be repeated throughout the class. So by the end of the class, you will feel very comfortable. And I hope you will enjoy the class. Let's start. We are going to start by awakening our senses by making a self massage to prepare our body for the spinal movements. We are going to start by brushing your palms. And as you do so, you inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale in and exhale out. Inhale in and exhale out. You are getting in touch with your hands. You're feeling your hands. You're going to bring your palm up on your thigh, and with the knuckles, you spread the lines of your palm, the lines of your fingers, and you exhale. Change palm. Give a nice weight. Rock your body. Spread the lines of the palm. You change your palm, and now you're brushing the top of your palm. Sometimes we have a dry hands, so you want to warm them up. I'm going to change to the other side, and you do it again. You exhale and lean into your palm. Good. We are going to brush your palms one more time. This time, go a little bit more deeper between your fingertips, like this. Keep breathing in and out. In, inhale, and out, exhale. And then just shake your hands a few times. We are ready to open the face. You're bringing your fingertips to your forehead, and you're spreading your fingertips on your forehead. You come into your temples. You're circling your fingers around your temples, and you're bringing your fingers all the way to the back of your head. You're opening your face. Let's shake the hands. Let's do it again. We inhale into that spread, coming up to the temples, circle. Exhale as you bring in your fingertips all the way back to the back of your head. And shake. Let's do it again. Inhale, spread. Circle, you spread in the space between your eyes. You bring in your fingertips behind you and you open your face. You're increasing the vision. You're opening your eyes. One more time. And then shake your hands. You're going to touch your ears somewhere in the middle. You're going to pull your ears up and going to go back and around like you're wrapping it around your head. and release. I'm not going to touch my ears because I have AirPods. I don't want them to fall down, but go ahead and do that. So you're going to touch your ears, pull them out, up, and all the way back. And as you do so, move your jaw from side to side, opening your mouth. And if you yawn, that's a good thing. Let's do it one more time. Be pulling your ears out, up and back. Open your mouth and move the jaw from side to side, yawning. And then shake your hands. We continue with releasing diaphragm, and then sometimes it can be a little bit unpleasant, so that's up to you, but let's give it a try. So you find in your rib cage, the beginning of your rib cage, and there will be a place that you can insert your fingers in, and you go over, and you bring in your elbows down on your thighs, and you move in your spine from side to side, softening the tissue around your fingers. Keep breathing in and out. And then you slowly rolling up. And now we find in the middle of your rib cage. We find in the place where we can get the fingers in. Hollow your belly if needed. And go over. You soften the tissue around your fingers. You're moving your spine from side to side with exhalation. And slowly rolling up. Coming up to the bottom of your ribs. Just go around the bottom of your ribs, find them, find the place, and then go up and over. Your fingertips will be pointing towards you. You're relaxing your head down as well. Make your head heavy. And move your spine from side to side, very gentle. Exhale. Come back to center and then slowly roll up. The next release will be for your psoas muscles, so that's going to be go a little bit more down, so you're feeling your hips, the hip bones, and then you go around and in, and again your fingertips will go towards your belly. You're rolling forward. You might feel the muscle is bulging against your fingers. You're trying to soften it. And moving from side to side with an exhalations. We're slowly rolling up, but not all the way up. We're staying in a rounded shape. And with your loosed fists, I'm rotating myself so that you can see me better. You're going up and down on your lower back, drumming. Coming a little bit more down towards your sacrum. And then with the heels of your hand, you're finding the place where your legs meet the pelvis. There will be a crease. And you're trying to release the tight spots there around that crease. You lean back a little bit more. And you continue finding the outside of your legs. And it's like you're fluffing the muscles up the bones. And then lean a little bit more back, and now you go on the front of your legs. It almost feels like you're making a doll, scooping down. And then open up your legs, and then with your fists again, go inside of your legs. And then it's like you're cupping around your knees, fingertips, circling around your knees, stimulating your low part of your legs. You might feel that. And then go down on your shin bones, in front of your shin bones, tapping, vibration going on in your feet. And then on outside of your legs to the back of your calves. You can go also from inside Good, and then slowly roll up. So now when you're a little bit warm and you have that sense of vibration and awakening around your body, we can continue with the decompression of low back. So you're going to lift your heels slightly, just a little bit, so that we can pivot around the balls of your feet, and then you feel how that pivoting, moving your thighs in and out. So we're going to release some tightness around your hips. We're going to rotate your knees in, and you're going to rock yourself forward, and you'll rock yourself back. Rotate your legs out, your heels come in, and you're simply rocking forward and rocking back. In, rock forward, rock back. Out, rock forward, rock back. And in, forward, back, out, forward, back. We're adding exhales into that. We have a double exhale. One exhale goes forward as you're rocking forward. One exhale goes back as you're rocking back. Rotate your legs out a little bit quicker. One more. Good. And then just bring your legs in a comfortable place. We continue with a new movement, the figure of 8. So this is the figure of 8 right there. And then just picture that that figure of 8 movement will be happening inside of you at the level of your navel or below your navel. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go diagonally back, and we make a loop around your sit bone and come back to center. And we repeat to the other side. So we go diagonally back and around other sit bone, and we simply come back to center. And we repeat again. So diagonally back and around your sit bone, and diagonally back and around your sit bone. You are trying to rock back over the sit bone as much as you can. So you roll over the sit bone as much as you can. We are going to add the breath. We exhale as you go around one side, and we exhale as we go around other side, and we exhale. Good. And we exhale a little bit more rhythmical this time. We're going to rock back all the way over the back of your sit bones. We exhale deep. And we're coming up to the upright spine. Next is going to be a new movement to learn. We're going to continue repeating those movements, as I said at the beginning of the class. So let's do it like this first. So imagine that you have a spring inside of your spine, and that spring can gently expand and elongate, and that spring can go down and release. We are focusing on a place between your pubic bone and the solar plexus. That's the area of your low back. So that spring can elongate, and that spring can gently release down. We also can think about the TheraBand. So the TheraBand has that stretching effect. So we can think about there's elastic lengthening happens inside of your belly, and then it's slowly releasing it back, and we can feel that elastic lengthening and release. Good. So we have that imagery to use. We can bring your hands close to your thighs, just at the beginning where your pelvis meet the legs. You're going to soften the musculature around your legs. Just relax it, make it squishy. Good, make it jiggly. And then we're going to go into that elongation, and we slowly release. We're pressing the hands down to your thighs. We elongate and we release. You might feel the effect that you have creating here. You feel like your sit bones reaching down. You feel like your feet are pushing down, and that helps you to elongate and release. We're going to use, again, double exhalations here. We exhale as we elongate. We exhale as we release. And exhale, elongate. And exhale, release. And we exhale. We're going to suspend yourself into that elongation. And we're going to move your spine from side to side, like wiggling your spine. You're coming back to center. And then you're slowly releasing, but you're trying to maintain a little bit of that elongation inside of yourself. Good. And the next one, we continue working with your spine, but this time with your thoracic spine. So your thoracic spine starts right there and comes to here. And we are going to place hands on the sternum, your fingertips on the sternum bone. And we are going to push that sternum bone back as we're rocking back. And as we're rocking forward, your sternum bone is going to be pulled all the way diagonally up where the wall meets the ceiling for you, yes? And again, we're pushing back. We're pulling diagonally up. And we're pushing the softening. We're pulling the expanding and opening. And we're aiding the breath. We exhale. And exhale. And exhale. And exhale. A little bit more rhythmical. We're softening the sternum. We're staying there and give ourselves a deep exhale. And then inhale brings you back into the uprightness. And we're coming back to the figure of the 8. Now, this figure of the 8 comes a little bit higher to your solar plexus area, the beginning of your thoracic spine. And we can place the hands on your sternum. You're going to soften up that sternum, and you go diagonally back and around, and diagonally back and around your sit bone. You're going to go as far back over the sit bone as you can. And maybe with each repetition, you can increase the range of motion. We exhale, and we exhale. We are going to change the arms. We're going to touch our elbows. And now the movement will be led with the elbow. So your elbow goes down, your elbow goes out, your elbow goes up, your elbow goes back, down, out, and up, back, down, out, and up, back, down, out, and up. You are lifting and opening the rib cage, the side of your rib cage. And we exhale. We're changing the placement of your hands. We're now touching the shoulder blades. Your shoulders relaxing down. Now your shoulder lead the movement. It goes back, down, around, and slightly up. You begin to feel that you're creating the spiral inside of your spine. So you are spiraling here or twisting. You're mobilizing your thoracic spine. We're going to finish this one And you're going to bring your hands back to your sternum, and we're going to rock back and give yourself deep exhale. Inhale, lifts you up. And back to the decompression or elongation. Now we're adding up the thoracic spine. So before we get that low back, now the elongation comes higher, all the way up, and maybe higher up, all the way to the crown of your head. So we go. Pressing down. Relaxing the musculature around your legs. Begin to feel bones of your body. We're staying up. We wiggle the spine from side to side. But you come back to center. You're releasing it slow. You're trying to maintain the elongation a little bit more. Good. So we continue with, we're coming back to the low back at this time. And we're going to add the legs into the movement of your pelvis. So the coordination can be very hard, but hopefully we can do that. So your legs are parallel, and you're rocking yourself back. You're coming up. You're using your arms. Now we are pivoting on the heels. Just a little bit, maybe lift up your toes off the floor. You're rotating your legs out. You're helping yourself with your arms, and then letting your pelvis go forward. You're picking up your legs rotates parallel back, and that will move your pelvis back. I'm coming up to the diagonal view so that you can see that better. So your legs are pivoting on the heels, you're opening them, you're letting your pelvis go through. Don't let your shoulders go forward. It's about this portion of your pelvis wants to come through between your legs. You're pivoting back, you're using your arms, you're tractioning your thighs forward, and it will help you to rock your pelvis back. You are opening your legs and letting your pelvis go through. You come back to the uprightness, your legs begin to pivot parallel, and you rock back. We add in the breath. We exhale. And exhale back. And of course, we inhale when you come through center. Use your arms. A little bit more rhythmical. Now you rock back, you exhale deep. Inhale takes you back into the uprightness. And we continue working back to the elongation of your low back, up to the solar plexus. And exhale. Reaching down to go up. We go up one more time. We stay in there. And we wiggle in the spine from side to side. Come back to center. Slowly release, and maybe you can get a little bit of more elongation through your spine. We have a new movement here, the movement of your legs. So we call this movement a kneading. So if you can bring two hands around your thigh. And it feels like you're making a dough, you're scooping. You're sliding your leg and you're scooping your thigh. Your thigh bone drops down in the hip socket, and then you're rocking forward. And you're simply rocking back and bring your foot back. If it's too much for you for two hands, yeah, use just one. Same scoop, slide, and rock forward. And rock back, bring the foot back. And I'm changing to this diagonal view, scoop, slide, You're going over the leg. You try to open up the back of your knee so that you have that sense that you're yawning and reaching through the leg, and you rock back. And there you go. Scoop, slide forward and come back. Scoop, slide forward and come back. We exhale. Exhale back. Double breath. You now we're flexing the foot and we're trying to find the real back of your heel. Continue. Good. Come back to center. And we're going to come back to the thoracic spine elongation. And with your exhalations, you feel in the space that you're creating. You feel that elastic lengthening that's happening inside. And becoming into that elongation, and again give yourself that wiggling. Feel how the tissue is releasing down, your spine is getting more space, your hips are getting more space, and then you release slowly down. We having a new movement here. We did the kneading of the legs, and we're going to do the kneading of the arms. So your arms are clasped and you're pushing your palms away from you and you're rocking back. You're rocking forward, you bend your elbows and you pull in your sternum bone all the way up to the place where the wall meets the ceiling. You're rotating your palms towards you and you rock back. And you're pulling diagonally up. You're rotating your palms away and you rock back. And you're pulling diagonally up. We're aiding the breath. Double breath. Exhale. Rotate palms. We go all the way back. We stay there. Deep exhale. Then inhale takes you up. You're going all the way up. You wiggle your spine. Your palms want to touch the ceiling. Your sit bones wants to reach down. And you find in the elongation of your spine. You suspend yourself in that elongation as you're slowly releasing your arms down. Very nice. Good. And we continue back with our low back. So this time we're going into the preparation for the movement that we called a biological pump. And we're going to slowly build this movement with you. We will dissect that movement very simple. So we know the decompression or elongation. And we've done it with you with exhalations. We also can do it on inhale. So you inhale and release. And inhale and release. And inhale and release. You inhale, you keep that, you opening your legs and you're letting your pelvis go through. You inhale yourself back into the elongation. Your legs will lead your pelvis back into the rocking back. We inhale We exhale. We inhale. We exhale. We inhale. We exhale. We inhale. We exhale. We elongate and rocking pelvis, open your legs. We elongate, legs closing and you rock back. We elongate, legs opening, pelvis goes through. You elongate, legs closing, pelvis rock back. We have a little bit more rhythmical execution and repeat. We rock back and we exhale. We traction in your thighs forward and we stay there and we give yourself 4 deep exhalations. And inhale slowly takes you up. Good. We continue with kneading other legs. Pointing your foot and then rocking back. Rocking forward and then rocking back. Opening the back of your leg. Back and forward and back. Double breath. You can brush your leg from underneath. See how far you can reach with your arm. We're flexing the foot and we're sliding your legs, arms down. How far down can you reach? You can be here. You can be here. Maybe you can be here. Maybe you can touch your toes. Just try, but stay in your comfort zone and excellent. We have a new movement, and for the new movement, we might need yoga strap. So some of you cannot lift the leg off the floor, so that's something we can work. So the working exercise in progress. So you can bring your yoga belt underneath of your knee, or if you don't have yoga belt, you can just, or you can grab underneath of your leg. You have that movement. You're letting your leg rest into your hands, and you simply try to rock yourself back. And then this leg, this foot stays firmly on the floor, and you're simply rocking back. So if you have a yoga belt, you will stay doing that movement like 4 or 8 repetitions. Good and good. So continue. Let's change the leg for the just for the change. You can bring it here. You're going to make your leg very heavy and you rock back and you rock forward and you rock back and you rock forward. Yeah, great. We are going to modify this exercise. If this is so difficult for you, we will try a different variation. First, you're going to use your arms and you're going to use the leverage of your arms to elongate your spine, and you rock yourself back, and you rock yourself back as much as your heels wants to leave the floor, and we're coming back. So elongate your spine, and you rock yourself back. Your feet leaving the floor because you rock so much back, and continue rocking back rocking forward, rocking back, rocking forward, rocking back, rocking forward, rocking back, rocking forward. Let's continue with that leg lift. Bring your leg very heavy in your hands and rock back. And rock forward. And rock back. And rock forward. And rock back. And rock forward. And we change the leg. Make your leg heavy in your hands. And we go. Nice abdominal exercise. Good. Release your arm, legs, and then we continue with decompression of thoracic spine. So softening your sternum, we rock back, we pulling out, rocking forward, rocking back, and forward. You softening your sternum, you expanding and opening. You softening, expanding and opening. And we exhale. We exhale and give yourself 4 exhalations here as you in that rocking back position. Slowly coming up on your inhale, and we continue with decompression of the thoracic spine. We know we can do it on inhale as well. Let's try to do it on the inhalations. Wiggle your spine up into the elongation, and then slowly release. See if you can create it a little bit of more length through your spine, and then continue with kneading of the arms. So pushing your arms away from you and rock back. Pulling, rock forward. Change palms. Change palms. Change palms. We exhale. We exhale one more time. Actually, no, 4 more times. Let's do that. Exhale. Inhale will take you up. You're reaching all the way up to the sky with your palms. You're moving spine from side to side. We're suspending your spine in that elongation. And then slowly release your arms. Exhale. Maintain the length through your spine. Good. And we continue with spinal motions. And today we're going to, I'm going to introduce you to the new spinal motions. It's a balanced arch and balanced curl. And you can see it from the diagonal view better. So the balanced arch and balanced curl, they start from the middle of your spine, from the solar plexus area. And we were focusing on the solar plexus area a lot throughout the class. So now you approximately know where it is. It's that level of your diaphragm. And the movement of your spine comes evenly from the bottom and from the top. So your pelvis will rock forward, and your upper spine, your shoulders and the head goes back. You come back to the uprightness. And here your solar plexus goes back, your pelvis goes back, but your shoulder and the head goes forward, and that brings the balance curl. So let's try it, or you just can watch that. So don't do it yet. So your pelvis rock forward, your shoulders and the head goes back, and your shoulders stay over the pelvis. And that shape of the spine we call balance arch. We come back to the uprightness. Again, shoulders over the pelvis, very important here. And we finding the balance curl. Your pelvis goes back, your shoulder and the head forward, your shoulder stays over your pelvis. This is a balanced curl. Good. Come up back to the uprightness. But sometimes we can't do it yet. So this is the ideal shapes of your spine. Some of you will have a difficult time to find that shapes, the perfectness of balanced positions. So we are slowly working. It's a journey, it's a destination. So if in your arch, we know how we can rock your pelvis forward, we've done that. If in your arch, your shoulder stays in front of your pelvis, but in your mind, you know that your shoulders eventually will want to come this way, you can keep your shoulders slightly in front of your pelvis. That's okay. Good. And especially if you have thoracic spine, and I will show you again in a different example. So curl also can be sometimes difficult to bring your shoulders over your pelvis. So you might keep your shoulders slightly back, but you know your intention is to build up towards the balanced curl. So why do we have an issues with balanced arch? Imagine if you have that spine, that thoracic spine, and your head is forward. And I'm going to go here, and then I will ask you to go into that balanced position. All you can do is to do that with your head. This is not good. So that's better for you to be forward like that, and maybe it will be for the rest of your life. Maybe it will be in next life when you will be able to shape your spine into the balanced arch. So balance curl, sometimes if we are too much in that lordosis all our lives, your ribcage protruding forward all the time, to find that balance curl for you, you will be here more. So your pelvis, your spine will be like that. So for you, it's better to work on that, finding that roundness of lower back and that position, and maybe to keep your shoulders all back a little bit. Anyway, so we are working towards that. And we will build up to that balance arch, and we start with the elongation of your spine in 4 exhalations. And then balance arch will go in 4 exhalations, and balance curl will go into that exhalations. We have 2 exhalations, we have single exhalations, and so forth. So let's start. So we have balance elongation. And it feels more like a pulsations now. And you're pulsating yourself into the balanced arch. Find the ease and comfort back to the elongation. Into the balance curl. We have 2 exhales. 2 exhales into the arch. Into the elongation. And into the curl. Let's repeat again, 2 exhales. Into the elongation. Into the curl. We have singles and now we have inhale into the elongation and exhale into the arch. Arch. Inhale into the elongation and exhale into the curl. Curl. Inhale into the elongation. Exhale into the arch. Arch. Inhale into the elongation. Exhale, curl. Curl. Inhale into the elongation. Exhale, arch. Curl. Arch. Curl. Good. And we continue with the the abdominal sequence. So we have that elongation. You can use your chair and you exhale, curl. Another exhale, curl as far back as your heels can lift the floor. And exhale back, exhale back. I repeat. Keep the length in your spine. Don't collapse. Yeah. And then a movement that's we call knee to forehead. You can use your yoga belt. I will be alternating my legs. So we have that heavy leg that rests into your hands. We have that rocking back. And you have that leg is still resting into your hands. Another one, you're not bringing it in. You're scooping. And your upper body is scooping forward. And you're creating that balanced curl. If you're here, that's fine. If you're here, you're good. You have almost intention to kiss your knee. We come back into the balance arch. Heavy leg. Into the balance curl. Into the balance arch. Knee to forehead, forehead to the knee. Heavy leg. Very heavy. That will open up your low back more. So drop your leg and curl. The rope. And arch. The rope. And the rope. And we have a new movement. You can stay with whatever abdominal exercise is comfortable for you. And now we're going to add what we call the pump, alternating leg pumps. So you can sit yourself deeper on your chair. You can press your leg down to the chair. You can curl back. And now your legs are up in the air, yes? And we have that curl, forehead to the knee. Release your legs down, curl back, come up. And now we're going to take a walk. First, stand up. Just feel where your hips are. So from the hips to here, that's what we are targeting to open for your hips. And then where your low back. Where's your tail? Does it feel that your tail is dropped down a little bit more? Sometimes we have those kind of like backs. Yeah, can you feel that they have a little bit of more opening? And then you go ahead and then take a walk around your chair to let all this tissue, the soft tissue, to get to the new length of your spine. And you can take a sip of water if you wish. You also can take a break and come back to that later. It's a long class. Good. So we're coming back to the chair and we continue working with the thoracic spine and with the legs. So we have 4 exhalations into that rock back position and your arms are tractioning your thighs away. If your legs are stretched, that's okay, but keep them slightly bent. Now, we are crossing. This arm can be on the thigh. If you can't, that's okay. You can keep your arm here. This arm can be behind you. And we're going to spiral your spine. Go back to center. So your arms can be very useful here. You can push it down, you can press it down, you can keep that spiral and a curl and an opening. Now we're going to go immediately to the other side. Keep that curl. And we repeat. You're resting and you're leaning into your elbow. We come back to center and we have 4 exhalations into the elongation. First, and we're going to the spirals. Back to center. You're going to use your arms to help you to leverage your spine into that elongation. We are going to change. I'm actively pushing down. The other arm is also helping me to leverage. We change, and I'm changing the arms. I see where I'm comfortable with and what the most helpful. So you'll be creative and try to find what's working for you. Good. We're coming back to the curl, rocking back. We have 2 exhalations. Spiral. Back to center. To the other side. We're going immediately to the other side. Change sides. You're still in that nice rocking position. Change. Come up to the uprightness. Now we're going to find the elongation of your spine on inhales. So we inhale twice this time. And again, it feels like a pulsation. And we initiate that pulsation and a spiral at the same time. Back to center. Back to spiral. Immediately continue to the other side. Change sides. Change. Change. Good. And we continue with figure eights this time. So bringing your fingertips on a shoulder blades or touching your elbows or softening around your sternum. Do what feels good to you. So we go back and around. We go back and around. You lead in with your elbow and with your shoulder. It goes back, down, and around. That action will help you to open up the ribs. See how my elbow is reaching up a little bit. That's a figure eight, but also it reminds the canoeing. We exhale. We're mobilizing your thoracic spine. We stay back, we clasp the hands, and we give yourself 4 exhalations here. Inhale up. Suspend yourself into that elongation. Move your spine from side to side. Big yawn through your arms. And then slowly release. And as you release, and try to maintain that elongation. Good. We continue with opening the sides of your ribs. Sides of your ribs. Your hand is lifting the roof. Your hand is reaching up, and you have the same yawning sensation that's from the previous exercise. So, and we do it on inhalation. So we inhale, you lift in the roof. This arm is pressing your thigh down, your eyes looking down to your down arm. Big yawn, and you release, you change. Your legs can open wider if you wish. And release. You feel that elastic lengthening inside, and you keep that elastic lengthening increasing. Good. We repeat that a little bit rhythmically. So we go. And release. Lift and release. Lift and release. And lift. Change your arm. Pulsating. And down. Again, pulsating up. And down, pulsating up. And down. We move the ribcage to the side. Forward, side, back. We're creating belly circle. We have double exhales. We can use your arm and traction your thighs. We reverse the circle. Make it big. Curl back, slowly release. And we continue with hip hikes. So you hike in your hip, you're shortening one side, you're opening the other side, and continue. It almost feels like a dance. Your head can join the movement too. It almost looks like a side arch. Good. We're repeating the lift up the roof again. We inhale. And we release. Other side, we inhale. And we release. We have a sense of reaching. We release. We have a sense of reaching. And release. We have a sense of reaching and yawning and expanding and release. One more, please. Yeah, and let it go back to the Torso circles, nice and fluid. Double breath. We reverse it. Rock yourself as much back over the sit bones. All the way back. Come up and then back to the dancing, hiking hips. Opening the sides of your ribs. Dancing with the psoas. And then slowly release. So we have a new movement. It's called forward wave. So it started with that elongation that comes to the balance arch. We take that balance arch forward. We simply curl and roll back. And we repeat. We have the elongation. We have balance arch. We bring in balance arch forward. We simply curl and roll that curl up. And we have exhale on each movement. We exhale into the elongation, into the arch, into the going forward, into the roll and the curl back. We have double exhales. And then the elongation and the arch is blending with the inhale at this moment. So we're blending. And exhale. Inhale. Reach your spine. And exhale. Brings you back. Inhale. Elevation and arch blending in. Exhale. Brings your spine forward. Inhale, reach your sit bones and your chest away from each other. Exhale, roll back. Make it fluid. We have new movements, a reverse wave. So we have elevation on exhale, 1. We have curl, balance curl, 2. We bring that balance curl down, 3. We are arching and bringing that arch up, 4. We have elevation, 1. We have curl into the balance curl, 2. We bring in that balance curl down on 3. We are arching up on 4. We have 4 movements and we have exhale for each movement. We exhale. And we have double breaths. We blend in the elongation with the curl. We diving up and over. We inhale and we reach in both directions. And exhale brings us into the balance arch and blending rhythmically. we finish on a chair. We're going to take the chair away and we continue with some standing movements, very easy. So we want to make sure that we're coming back to the real life. In the real life, we have to stand and walk sometimes, yeah? So bring your legs underneath of your pelvis. Again, check the feelings where your pelvis are, where your hips, how your hips are feeling, how your low back is feeling, if it's dropped a little bit more. And you're going to start with kneading of the legs, and it's very simple. So we did it sitting, now we do it standing. You simply bend in one knee and stretching the other leg. You bend one leg and open up the back of your knee, straight leg. You have one leg bent, one straight. You can bring that a hand on the straight leg and then feel if you push it, you can push slightly forward. Bend, so that wants to open. That wants to open, so that place pushes into your palm. So alternate a few times. So my leg is straight and I'm going to stretch the same arm, and you know that movement, lifting off the roof. The other arm can just rest on your hip, so you're lifting the roof. Lifting the roof. And we can inhale into that lift now. Release. Release. You lift, you open the hip and open the sides of your ribs. You're expanding. You are yawning. And now you clasp your hands like so. Place them above your head. If you can't do that above your head, if your shoulders tight, bring them a little bit more in front. So that's also the possibility. We're doing that kneading with your arms now in standing. We're pushing your arms all the way up and wiggle your spine and release. Pushing. And then we change next time. So place your palms facing down and we go up. Rotate your palms and big wiggle and release. Open up that hips. Lengthen your spine. Try not to get yourself there, yeah? And we go. Stretch both arms. And you're going to slowly curl yourself over your throat, over your solar plexus. Your knee will relax, your knee will bend. And you have that rounded shape of your spine. Your shoulders wants to come over your knees. You're bringing your arms on your thighs. And you're creating that circle. And you exhale into your lower back 4 times. Your tail is pointing down. Now we know that movement. We've done it on a chair. This arm can traction your thigh forward. This arm can help you to spiral. It's like your intention to go all the way around your heels. We're coming back to center. We go over to the other side. Use your arms. Now rotate immediately to one side. Rotate to the other side. See how much you can see all the way all around your heels. Let's repeat. One more, please. You're going to come to center. You can bring your hands back on your thighs, and you can climb yourself all the way up into the standing. Again, check your pelvis, check your low back. You continue clasping your hands like this. And we're going to go up again and release. And we go up and release. If you can bring your arms slightly behind your ears, that will be awesome. But if not, don't do that. Alternating palms. And now stay there. You can pull on your palm and you can open up that leg, the other leg knee will bend. You can pull on your palm. You stretch one leg and you bend the other one. The straight leg and the straight arm on the same side. You give yourself big stretch up here. Change. Big yawn. And you're reaching so much up so that you're almost touching the roof. And your tail is reaching down in opposite direction. Yeah, very nice. You're going to go back to the curl. This time, your legs are going to be straight. You're curling over your throat, so don't stick your pelvis back, please. Keep your tail down. Now, find a place where you can keep your legs straight and you can keep that curl. It can be here. For some of you, it can be here. For some of you, it can be more down. For some of it can be more down. I decided I will stay right there below my knees. And I have that suspension bridge. I'm going to shift my weight forward and back. I don't want to be so much back on the back of my legs, not so much forward. I want to be in between. My head is resting and my nose wants to touch the navel. I exhale. Give yourself one more exhale. You're going to roll yourself up. You can help yourself with your arms, or you can take your arms up. You're going to clasp your hands again, and you're going to go into the arm loops. You release your knees slightly. You go up into length and release and elongate and release and elongate and release and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. We go one more time. Inhale. And again, you can touch your fingertips, you can touch your palm, push in, and go ahead. A little bit of side opening. You're pulling up, so not go so much sideways, but pull all the way up. That will take you sideways. You pull all the way up. One more. You're keeping your arms up again, legs underneath of your pelvis, a little bit closer if you can. We continue with the standing on all fours. Your tail points down. You curl over your throat, over your solar plexus, over your navel, over your pubic bone. You are going to find a place where you can touch your legs. If you can bring your hands directly to the floor. If your legs, arms on the legs, you have a sense of pushing your low back all the way up to the sky. And we go. Exhale. Keep going and then check on your shifting. Are you too much back? Are you too much forward? Try to be in the center. One more exhale. You're slowly rolling up. Very slowly. Vertebra by vertebra. Your arms are hanging. You unrolling yourself all the way up into the uprightness. You are going to shift your weight a little bit forward and back. You feel how your weight shifted on the ball of the feet, on the back of the heels, on the ball, on the back. You are now like a bamboo stick, integrated. Your legs, your pelvis, and your spine and your head. You're now shifting from side to side. You're feeling the pinky sides. You're feeling the big toe. You can have an image as a pencil. Good. And then you slowly begin to draw the figure eight. So back to the back of your heels, then to the ball, to the big toe, and continue. So you are drawing the figure eight around your heel bones. You're feeling your sit bones directly pointing down to your heels. We can change direction. You feel how the crown of your head also can draw that figure eights all the way up in the sky. We come back to center. We slowly begin to walk with the new sensations. I hope you feel changes in your spine. I hope you enjoy the class, and I hope you will repeat it again. Thank you.